My name's Amy. So Girl Scout cookie season is upon us, one of my favorite times of the year, and I'm so excited today because I'm going to share with you guys a new series on my channel where I'm going to take each of the Girl Scout cookies and make them into a cheesecake. So today on this channel I'm going to be making a Samoa cheesecake. For those of you that don't know, a Samoa cookie is a shortbread cookie that's dipped in chocolate on the bottom, and then on the top is caramel and coconut shreds mixed, and then it's drizzled with more chocolate. It is the best cookie ever. It's my personal favorite Girl Scout cookie. Let me know down in the comments what your favorite Girl Scout cookie is. So first, before we get started, let me show you guys what you're going to need. 1 cup of heavy cream, 3 8-ounce packages of cream cheese softened, a cup of sugar, and a half a cup of Greek yogurt, and also we have a tablespoon of vanilla extract in here. So first, what we're going to do, since this is a no-bake cheesecake, we're going to get our heavy cream whipping in our stand mixer on high speed until we get some stiff peaks. Hard to get a good amount on here, but that's a stiff peak. I'm now going to transfer it to my other bowl and put this on standby in the fridge until we're done with the recipe. Alright, so now we're going to add our cream cheese to the bowl. Come on. I'm going to add in my sugar. And you don't have to worry as much with a no-bake cheesecake as you would with a regular cheesecake about beating air into this. Because we're not going to bake it, you have no risk of it cracking. So you can beat as much air as you would like into this. I mean, it won't be the texture of a typical baked cheesecake, but it'll be more light and airy and almost like one of those frozen cakes or cookie cakes that you see on Pinterest, that, you know, you mix the whipped cream and the, you know, and the Cool Whip and the pudding. I don't know if you guys have seen those. And now I'm gonna add the Greek yogurt. Give everything a good mix just to make sure everything is off the bottom of the bowl. Okay. Take this about a third. And don't worry too much about folding it. Just mix it in to lighten up the batter. And now we're gonna add the rest. I don't know if you can see what I'm doing, but to fold, you just pull under, push over, under, push over, pull under, push over, pull under, push over, until you don't see any more streaks of the whipped cream. And I'm there. All right. Now we have our crust from the fridge. Basically a Giant Samoa cookie. If you missed that video, I will leave it up in the cards for you to check that one out. So we're just going to gently scrape this wonderful mixture onto our cookie. And this crust is pretty tall, so we may not get all of the batter onto here. Gonna see if I can squeeze in just a little bit more. Probably won't be all of our batter, but try to squeeze in as much as I can. And in true Clumsy Cakes fashion, I am getting it everywhere. You may notice that I didn't put the parchment paper around the sides, and this time I didn't forget. This time, the reason for that was that the last time that I did this with a no-bake cheesecake, some of the cheesecake batter came off with the paper when I went to unmold it. It's just too soft of a cake for that, so I think that I will lose a lot less batter if I take a spatula along the sides than I would if I used parchment paper. This is gonna go in the fridge overnight, and then we're gonna come back tomorrow. It'll be tomorrow for me, but for you guys, it'll be about 2 seconds. And then we're gonna get to chopping this thing, and then we're gonna get to slicing it, and then we're gonna get to eating it, and I am so excited, I can't even tell you. All right, so now it's time to make our cheesecake a Samoa cheesecake. Take off the paper. This has been in the fridge overnight, and I made another batch of my caramel. This is 1 cup of caramel, and here I have 1 cup of desiccated coconut or shredded coconut. Remember, I said any of them will work. Just kind of, if you see any clumps of coconut, just kind of break those up. Add that to the caramel. And And when you first start mixing this, it's gonna look like it will never mix in and you need more caramel, but I promise you, you do not. Because it all kind of floats on the top at first. So you just need to be patient and mix. Alright, so now we're gonna get that out of the way, bring back our cheesecake, and spread this on top. As you can see, I have a small alphabet spatula. I like the smaller ones. They just seem to give me more control, but I'm just using what's easier for me. But absolutely, by all means, use what's easier for you. And you may notice I didn't unmold this. Whenever I'm spreading something onto a no-bake cheesecake, I like to leave it in the pan to give it a little bit more stability, because a no-bake cheesecake, just kind of by nature, is a little bit softer. I just don't want it to break apart on me. Okay, and now I'm going to take my chocolate and snip the tip. We're just gonna snip just a very small portion. You see that? Just very small. And I'm gonna do the same decoration that I did on the crust. If you missed that video, I will put it up in the cards. And this was a half cup of chocolate. I don't know if I forgot to say that. And I just melt it in the microwave at 30-second intervals and give it a massage in between. So now I'm just gonna stick this into my freezer for about 10 minutes. And I'm just gonna do that because the ingredients that I put on top are kind of warm. So I just want everything to I just want to make sure everything sets up, and when I mold this thing, it's not gonna be a big goopy mess. So in that goes. Give this thing a taste. So good. And I love that cookie crust. It gives it a little bit of a crunch. I'm definitely a fan of conflicting flavors. Like, not really conflicting, but different textures in really any recipe that I'm making. I like a little bit of crunchy and a little bit chewy and a little bit of, smooth texture in the same dish. This definitely has that. As you probably realized throughout this recipe, I have been wearing probably about 4 different outfits at this point. So it has taken a lot longer than I had anticipated that it would. But I don't think that it will for you guys, because I'm going to put in the recipe on my blog, and I'm going to tell you guys now, put it in the freezer and not the fridge overnight, because it will set up better. I had a problem where I went to slice it and it just almost fell apart on me. I just took it back in the freezer for another day, and now I'm getting it out today. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of my new series. Let me know down in the comments which Girl Scout cookie you would like me to cheesecakeify next. If you like this video and you learned something, please give it a like down below. And if you would like to make more messes with me, learn some things, but also make some absolutely delicious desserts like this one, please subscribe to the channel down below and come back and see me. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.